after went through this kind of period where I went to a convention. I started going to conventions, and I had probably like 3 credits. I had done Footy Footy, I had done I'm Gonna Be an Angel, and I had done I Might Meet Strawberry Eggs. And for like Footy Footy and I Might Meet, they were fairly large parts. Are you guys familiar with any of those shows? Okay. But sometimes a show doesn't get popular for a while, right? So it just did those shows, and I would be going to conventions, and people didn't know who I was. They'd never heard of Footy Footy, or they didn't. So they'd just be like, and I just felt like I felt really bad. I did sit in autographs. I'd sit in panels, like nobody would have questions for me. I would sit in or autograph line and be like, what did you, like, it just didn't feel good, and it was really bothering me. But then it was bothering me that it was bothering me. And also too, like, I went to a convention with a girl, and she pretty much, like, was in a lot of very popular shows, but she only had 1 or 2 lines. Like, she was like, girl student or mom, she had like 5 lines the entire series, but because they were like shows and series that were like popular, then everyone's like, oh my gosh, you have to sign. And I felt really lame. And then I felt lame for feeling lame, and then I thought to myself, like, well, why do I feel lame? I feel lame because I am not popular, like, because people aren't like, oh, I love you, or whatever, right? And then I thought to myself, what does that even matter? Like, I felt stupid for feeling bad for not being popular, because it was like, it's anybody's prerogative whether or not they want something signed or feel like it shouldn't affect me personally. Like, and then really it's like, what am I doing here and why am I doing this? I am not becoming an actor because I want fans. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had to really kind of think about that and be like, I'm not doing it like because I want people to love me and to like come and get my autograph. I'm doing it because I love acting. But I saw very quickly, like, at going to conventions, that it could kind of become this thing, and I didn't want it to go to my head. Like, I didn't want it to be like an ego thing. I just wanted to be about the acting, and so I thought, well, if I keep changing my name, then it's not associated to a person. I keep changing my name, then I can't get too attached to my parts or like my identity as a celebrity, if you can call it that. Then it would be more about the work. So that's what I started doing. I started just like using a bunch of names. And then what ended up happening was Bleach and Naruto came out. So on Naruto, I ended up getting cast in Naruto. And I had to use my actual name because that's a union job. It's a SAG job. And so then I used my real name, and then Bleach came out, and Bleach basically said, the producer said, Bleach was non-union, but I was FICOR, so I can work non-union anyway. So they said, well, we would really like to say, when we announce the cast, the voice of Hinata, and if you don't use the same name that you used in your credits for Naruto, then we can't really say the voice of Hinata. So would you mind being credited as Stephanie Sheh? And so I was like, okay, sure. So then ever since Bleach and Naruto, I just ended up using my actual name, because what ended up happening was producers would be like, because Bleach and Naruto ended up being like very popular shows, so that's like what people reference like first, So that's how, so now I don't really use aliases anymore, yeah. You have that?
Mind if I record myself asking this question?
Sure, are you gonna make me do a voice though?
No, I won't.
Okay. I don't like doing voices. Okay.
Okay, so some of your shows you've been working on is AFO and RP and Treatment Party.
Yes.
If you had to pick one voice for each show to be another character on, who would be the character that you would play, or that you like to play?
Wait, if I had to pick another what?
If you had to pick another character from the show to play, besides Yui or Mikuru, who do you think you would play for those shows?
Oh, from those 2 shows specifically? I would pick Haruhi and Ritsu, because I like energetic. Those are actually more my personality than the characters that I voiced. Actually, funny story, we were at SakuraCon 2 years ago, all the girls from K-On! And the Japanese producer was there, and we're all out to dinner, and he was basically commenting on how all the voice actors were very much like their characters, except for me. Because Cassandra is Ritsu, and she's very outgoing, and it's funny, because out of the cast, like Shelby, Christina, Cassandra, and I, like, Cassandra and I are the closest. Like we hang out together more, kind of like Yubi and Ritsu do, but like we're always like hanging out and like goofing off and like stuff like that. And then Christina V is actually quite shy, so she's more like Mio. She doesn't freak out, but she is kind of like you. She's kind of soft-spoken, she's kind of shy. And then Shelby is just hilarious. Shelby, okay, so you know how like Moogie is like sheltered because she was very rich, so she was not exposed to the world. That's not really Shelby's background, but Shelby was homeschooled. So there is a lot of aspects of her where she is really sheltered, like sometimes she says the funniest things just because she had no exposure to it. I think when we were at Otakon, we were gonna, Bonda was gonna take us out to dinner, we were gonna have crabs. And she was like, I've never eaten a crab before. And Ken Yadomi was like, he looks at me, she's like, she's 25 years old, she's never had a crab. She's really moogie, like never eaten a French fry. So, yeah. Any questions? Yes?
When they want to change like an anime and make it into like a real life act, like real life movie with real life people,
Yeah.
do they usually have somebody that actually knows the anime, watched the anime, read the anime?
You know what? I have no idea. They haven't really done, have they? Oh, they did Dragon Ball in the United States. Yeah, but Avatar is not an anime. Yeah. But I think that, I don't know actually, I have no idea. Because I've never worked on the live action shows, you know what I mean? If I worked on it, then I would be around the set and then I would know. I have no idea. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Okay.
For Road to Ninja, what did you think about playing your normal character as a complete opposite personality? Have you done the English version of Road to Ninja?
Oh, wait, which one is that? Is that the game or is that the?
No, it's the one where they get sent to the alternate reality and Naruto's parents are still alive and Hinata is very
Outgoing. Okay, I can't comment on anything like that. You can make any assumption about what that means, but I'm not allowed to comment. There was an incident with one of the Bleach movies that we had recorded one of the Bleach movies, and one of the actors had, did an interview and had said like, oh, we just recorded the blah, 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 blah. And they got in so much trouble because Viz hadn't announced. Yeah, well then they didn't know, because we're actors, we don't pay attention to what's been announced and stuff like that, So they didn't know that the movie hadn't even announced that it was licensed or anything. They got in so much trouble. So that after that happened, for all Viz projects, we have to sign NDA. So I can't actually, I'm not even allowed to sell, even in the TV series, I can't tell you what episode we've recorded, because we're not allowed to say.
They have all these other stories, I didn't know they had.
Yeah, so I just can't say yes or no, but say one day I will be able to answer the question. I'll be very vague, I'm sorry. It's a good question though. Yes, you have a friend.
What's the anime industry so far?
Sorry, what?
What's the anime industry?
What's the state of the anime industry?
Yeah.
What do you guys think the state of the anime industry is?
I think it's at least for me, because it's going back to science fiction rather than.
Do you mean the anime industry in the States? Yeah. I think the anime industry is doing a little bit better than it used to do. It's still a huge, huge, huge struggle. They're still producing and they're still dubbing stuff, and that's good. But things are still very cheap. Piracy is a huge issue, but I think we've kind of like come to a place where like we don't know if that is possible to combat. Like I've spoken out a lot about, hey, hey, don't illegally download. It really affects people's lives and stuff.
Now Tsunami's back, so.
Say that again?
But now Tsunami's back, so.
Not to, what is it? I can't hear. Oh.
So we got that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think I was like, there's so many things, I mean, you can, you know, it's on Toonami, so watch that, or go on Crunchyroll, or, you know, or subscribe. The thing is, like, in anything in the world, money has a lot of power, unfortunately, and that's how you're going to make your statement in terms of what you want or what you don't want. And when you get something for free, and that is not supposed to be for free, like if you're watching illegal streaming sites or you're downloading illegally, what happens is, the funny thing is about a lot of those sites is that those sites make money. They sell ads, you know, it's free to you, but those sites are making money from something. And the original creators, even if you don't like dubs, the original Japanese creators, they don't see a penny of that money, you know? And I've been to Japan and I've seen animators, and they are like skinny and overworked and like just working so hard. And so what makes me upset, it was like, I meet these fans who love this stuff, and yet it's easier, so they watch it for free. And they don't realize that they're affecting somebody's livelihood. I will say this, when I started working in production for anime,